Hello everybody. How are you all doing? It's good to be back from another weekend. Ready for a fresh week of streaming. Which is a particularly exciting week this week for a couple of reasons. First reason being that this is the last week for the rest of the summer that I'm working at my day job. So moving forward, starting on Thursday, I'll have more flexibility in my personal time and more time to dedicate to the stream. I don't know exactly what that means in terms of stream content, but I know I'll be able to dedicate a larger portion of my attention to stream and stream-related stuff. Which may not mean more like on-camera hours, but may mean like stuff that's been on the back burner for a long time, like getting better emotes. Might actually be able to happen. And the other exciting thing is that I just got the new set of computer parts in today from last month's funding efforts. So this weekend I should be able to put together my new computer build and have the upgraded streaming capacity to be able to stream anything, anytime. Excellent. How's it going, Chronometrics, Jin Fizzes, Spinach7, Adonis Incarnate, Johnny Bazooka, Elena197, Dorge of the Jungle, Last Alistor, Unrecovered. Better how? Asking the important questions. Hello, Iceberg. And Ika. Twitch forgot my account. Hello. Good to see everybody showing up bright and early for the start of this stream. Recently become a new player. I got any tips for you, Adonis? My tip, if you're a brand new player, Adonis, is to play the game. Just leave the game running on your computer so that Steam racks up the hours counter. And then once you've got like 100 hours logged on Steam, you'll no longer be a new player, and you will automatically be better at the game. That is my that's my advice. Left your job last month and have been busier ever since. That sounds like it was a good life change, Iceberg. Oh, you read the guide and that's how you find me. I have not been 100% happy with the level of discoverability I've given my guides. They're kind of only just passed around by word of mouth, and it's not particular. Like, you can't just Google, I don't think, Slay the Spire guide and find what I've written. But I'm glad a couple people ended up reading it and finding their way to it. Another thing that's been on the back burner for a while is to port those guides over to the Steam guides to make them a little bit more accessible. And that way some people can actually maybe, like, find them. This Google Doc is, I think, by its very nature, not something that you can just stumble upon. Do I know what achievement is the last on the achievement list? Let's see if I can find it. Is it this one? Complete the ending with the Ironclad, Silent, and Defect? I think this is probably the last one. But there might be, yeah, there might also be one that's an achievement for getting all the other achievements. Which I don't know if that's a thing. Do all achievements. Yeah, that's the last achievement I have on Steam, was the end. That's for beating the corrupt heart of the Spire with all 3 characters, Squeak. Which is hopefully what I'll be showing off how to do on today's stream. You've done it but don't have the achievement. Now that's interesting. Very interesting. So if you have separately Ruby, Emerald, and Sapphire, you should have this achievement as well. Excuse me, Chivo. Here's our last run. Oh yeah, this Ironclad deck. This was a fun one. This was a really, really fun one. This deck used 2 copies of Dark Embrace, along with a Corruption. Dark Embrace says, whenever card's exhausted, draw a card. And Corruption causes all of our skills to exhaust. So, this deck operated by basically drawing all of its cards in a single turn, and then playing 1 Body Slam, or 2 Body Slams, or 3 Body Slams, however many we needed, thanks to Dual Wield, to create the ultimate destruction. It was great. I have all the Chivos, Squeak, on Steam. I don't have them on any one of my save files because they were earned from a mixture of the 3. Unfortunately. But I do have all the achievements. Should do another achievement hunting stream at some point. To show off the mechanism by which you can get some of these. Like the minimalist run is difficult. Who Needs Relics is pretty tough. Common Sense is pretty tough. To beat the game with a 5-card deck without any relics, or with no uncommon or rare cards, respectively. We've seen plenty of speed climbing on the stream, though. I think it was, what, last week we did sub 20-minute speed run win streaks? And got to 13 runs in a row below the 20-minute mark. That was pretty fun. It was really fun. So, Silence next up in our character rotation. Been a little bit since we got a Ascension 20 victory here. But I'm feeling refreshed since the weekend. And ready to hop back into the Spire. Hello again! Always been fond of a common relic start on Silent. There's a lot of good common relics that provide some pretty potent immediate benefit to the Silent. Usually I like to look at my act layout before I take the bonus and come to some sort of decision on what seems reasonable. Got a very strange, like, this left path doesn't connect with anything else. But it looks pretty safe, right? Got a bunch of events, 3 campfires, 1 late elite. So a total of 4 fires, which are pretty high value. And 1 elite. Not the greatest, but definitely safe. Other options include... 2 campfires, 2 elites. Well, 3 total fires. 3 elites. With an early shop. If I wanted 1 extra relic. Honestly, not that thrilled about anything other than the left side path. We're being honest with each other. Let's see what our common relic is. Ooh, the Anchor. Start each combat with 10 block. Not particularly helpful in Act 1, but when we get to Act 2, we're going to be really, really happy about this. In Act 1, most of the elite and boss fights don't deal any damage on turn 1, so the Anchor's useless against the most difficult combats in the Act, but it'll help us avoid losing health in the myriad of hallway fights we'll encounter. Yeah, Anchor's a damn good relic. Especially with the Ring of the Snake on Silent, drawing extra cards means we can usually spend our entire opening hand doing some damage. And that means I'm really happy to pick up stuff that guarantees turn 1 damage, like a backstab. I just got some wing boots. Easy game. So I'm really debating, do I go for that extra elite? I think I should take the 2 elite path. Get 2 upgrades, we get a shop. Sure. And thanks to Anchor, we should have enough health to fight 2 elites by the time we reach them. And really good draw order. I am one skilled player to draw my cards in this order against Jawworm. Haha! Oh, beautiful. Jawworm never stood a chance against a card drawer of my skills. Oh no, my skills. Steroid Potion does make the inevitable elites a lot easier to deal with. Backflip, Catalyst, Eviscerate. Those are some floor 1 picks, huh? A card I literally can't play. A card that literally does nothing. And a card that's defend, but also draws. Not exactly thrilled about any of these. I think Backflip is better than skipping. The Speculative Catalyst against Slime Boss is very questionable. Like, of all the speculative picks to do in Act 1, Speculative Catalyst against Slime Boss is, it's pretty abysmal. Of course, the shop's gonna have Obnoxious Fumes, and then I'm gonna regret the skipping the Catalyst decision, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Hey there, White Fang. Good to see you. Okay, I'm drawing 3 strikes, so I just want to bring him below the 18 health threshold and then block as best I can. Is there a chance prepared is good in any situation if it's not upgraded? Yes, a 0. Unupgraded prepared is, without anything else going on, a pretty abysmal card. You draw 1 card, then you discard 1 card. So you're just down 1 card in your hand because the prepared itself, there's damage. But if you have any effect at all that does something else with the card, like for example, Tough Bandages turns it into a 0 energy, draw a card, discard a card, and block for 3. If you have an After Image in play, that'll block for an extra 1. If you have Thousand Cuts in play, it'll deal 1 or 2 damage to all enemies. If you have Letter Opener, this could be the skill you need to deal 5 damage to all enemies. And if you have like a combination of these things, then an unupgraded prepared can actually be really useful. If you have like a Letter Opener and a Tough Bandages and a copy of After Image in your deck, which isn't like most unheard of combination of things to have, then an unupgraded prepared is actually not bad. It's not like amazing or anything, and there's plenty of better cards, but it's not useless by any means. Not useless. It could also be... There's also like more obscure situations where it could be useful, like on a situation where I would want an unupgraded prepared is a deck where I have Runic Pyramid, so I'm not discarding my cards at the end of turn. And I just want to be able to, like, I'm on 3 energy and I want to be able to make room in my hand. Hey, it's I'm debating what I transform here. Given that we just added a backflip, I'm almost considering transforming Defend. We get plenty of picks before I'm thinking about fighting an elite. Let's transform a strike. Give me something good. That's better than a strike. Caltrops, when you're attacked, deal 3 damage back. Definitely happy to have that over a strike. And once upgraded, Caltrops does pretty good damage. My only dismay here is that against Slime Boss, it's not that great. Grand Finale is on sale. We have a backflip already. I don't think this Grand Finale is good enough to take. There are universes where the Grand Finale is the right pick. And that universe is mainly one where I get like a well-laid plans from this fight, and an acrobatics from this fight. And I don't know if I'm in that world, so I'm probably not gonna buy it. I'm pretty okay just removing a strike, and then we're down to 3 strikes already. And we can hopefully pick up, you know, a decent damage card from one of these next 2 hallway fights. And if we don't have one by the time we reach this chest, we can go this way and fight even more. We'll find some damage. It's out there, waiting for us to take it. Do I bother playing backflip? Nope. Alright, easiest fight of my life. Hey, damage cards. My choice of 3. I've never been a fan of Infinite Blades. If I had a fan, an ornamental fan, I might be more inclined to take it. Given that we're fighting one slimy boy, I think the all-out attack is a good take. Does area of effect damage, and it does, for the elites we're fighting, it does pretty good damage against Gremlin Knob, pretty good damage against Lagavulin. Let's pick that up. Why do I think the Burning Elite is not worth it at this time? If I was on Ascension 1, with the current deck, I would definitely take this Burning Elite. I would just go here and get a relic. But on Ascension 18 and up, once we have the last Elite modifier, Silent especially struggles against early Elites. We don't have enough damage. We can actually calculate how much damage we would take from a Gremlin Knob. Not even a superpowered Gremlin Knob, just a regular Gremlin Knob. So a Gremlin Knob has, what, 90 health? So in order to kill a Gremlin Knob, we need to be able to do, you know, we don't kill the Gremlin Knob until we do 90 damage to him. We have a 15 card deck, we draw 7 cards on turn 1, and 5 cards every turn thereafter. So to go through the deck the first time, it takes 3 turns. And in that time we'll do, assuming we play every attack card we get, we'll do 18, 28, 31. Let's assume this does 9 plus 2 is a total of 42. And then maybe 45 with Caltrops. So by the end of turn 3, this deck has done probably about 45 damage to a Gremlin Knob. And meanwhile, Gremlin Knob has done 8 damage from the turn 2 attack, plus 24 damage from the turn 3 attack. That's over 30 damage. We'll die the following turn. Which means on the 4th turn, we have to somehow draw 45 damage in 1 turn. That's not going to happen. So a quick, mathematical look at the deck says we die to Gremlin Knob. Not even a superpowered Gremlin Knob. Not a Gremlin Knob with any bonuses, just like a regular one. At the moment, we die to. So we should not be fighting an Elite without some strong potion support. We have the Steroid Potion, which can do, at most, 20 extra damage, and that's still not enough. No good. We need some upgrades. We want to be upgrading our damage. Like, if we upgrade the Poison Stab, so now it's 12 instead of 9. If we upgrade the All-Out Attack, so it's 14 instead of 10. We're looking at a little bit less time to kill something. And then, ideally, we add 1 more damage card as well. Or maybe even a damage potion, a damage relic. And we're suddenly looking at having a much safer time. I think going into Slime Boss, I'm going to upgrade our All-Out Attack first to be 14 AoE, and then probably Poison Stab second. Oh yeah, I'm glad I... Ha ha! That was satisfying. That was so satisfying. Ooh, Dash. Gain 10 block, deal 10 damage. That's the kind of card that makes Gremlin Knob manageable. That was so satisfying. Do I upgrade Poison Stab or Dash? Or Neutralize? These are all very valid upgrades. Yeah, I think now that we found the dash, we probably take the 2 events before this first fight. That feels correct. That's true. Dash better than Neutralize versus Slime. I like the dash upgrade a lot. This would be really good against Like a Villain too. A 13/13 card is pretty resistant to debuffs. Actually, I might want to take the boot, just because Lagavulin is easier with a boot. There's a number of silent cards that actually get a lot better with boot too. This is the boot. Boot says, whenever you would deal 4 or less unblocked attack damage, it increases to 5. And that means that strikes while we're weakened will do 5 instead of 4. Neutralize will do 5. If we find a dagger spray, it'll do 5. If we find a riddle with holes, it'll do 5 times 5 instead of 2 times 5. Or 3 times 5, or whatever that stupid card is. I think there's enough uses for that this early on that I'm going to take it. Both attacking again, really. Interesting. Do I just kill you? I'll take... This will go to 9, I'll take 4. If I don't kill you, I'm taking more than 4. Alright, so we just kill you. Pretty easy fight. Power Potion's excellent. These cards are pretty excellent, too. Although it just does a lot of damage. It's not a card I'm very happy to have later in a run. Usually because we're trying to retain cards with well-aid plans on Silent. And I think that's ultimately why Unload is bad. We talk about Unload sometimes. It does a lot of damage. 14 damage for 1 energy is really good. And it upgrades to 18, which is even better. But the discard all non-attack cards in your hand is pretty bad at times. And most of the times that it's really bad are any time when you have well-aid plans. If well-aid plans didn't exist as a card, this would be a much better card. It's kind of interesting. Do I have quite enough damage? I'm thinking this Dagger Throw might be acceptable. Piercing Wail is a really great card, especially going into Act 2. I'm just not sure we have quite enough oomph. The draw 1, discard 1 will help against Slime for Slime Boss. We're down 2 strikes, so we really only have... We still have pretty low attack density. I'm gonna grab this Dagger Throw, because I think we're still hurting. Obtain Golden Idol. Golden Idol gives us 25% more gold from fights moving forward. Am I willing to give up max health for this? Or a curse? Or what have you? Still thinking we go 2 elites here. I'll lose the max health. This'll be nice to have in Act 2. There's the Nabo. Turn 1 dash draw. I'm going to use my Power Potion here because of that. And I'm thinking Envenom is the best card of the 3. Unlike Noxious Fumes, this does stuff right now. We don't have very many turns available to us, and it's just better than Thousand Cuts for the most part, because the damage it does will also apply in future turns, so let's take that. It's not a whole lot of extra damage over the course of this fight, but it should be, like, just enough to make a real difference, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I can do math. We know exactly how much damage we're looking at next turn. It's probably a kill with the Steroid Potion. Currently at 51 health, this would be another 15 damage, down to 46. And then he'll have 5 poison next turn, so he'll be at 41. I'm not doing 41 damage. Not with that steroid pot. So I'm probably using the steroid potion next turn. You're right, I think I did get off by 10. Because he has got less health than I just mathed out, right? Where did I go wrong here? Okay, we're at 36 health. With 5 poison, so I need 31 damage. We have 18, 21. That's definitely a kill with the steroid potion. So we'll block here to keep 2 of our life. Bottled Flame. Choose an attack to start an opening hand. Normally I'm not a big fan of Bottled Flame, but because we have both Ring of the Snake and Anchor, it's a lot more comfortable. I'm thinking we bottle the all-out attack, so that we have a nice decent AoE on turn 1 in every fight. It'd be really helpful against stuff like the Triple Slavers in Act 2, Gremlin Leader in Act 2, any of the multi-enemy fights in Act 2, Darklings in Act 3. Yeah, we'll be pretty happy to have a bottle all-out attack, I'm pretty sure. Do I want a Deadly Poison? Probably. Yeah, if it wasn't for the Anchor, I would probably bottle Dash. Good Deadly here. Start to find some scaling. And it'll be nice if we fight a Lagavulin. Yeah. That damage output. Silent with some upgraded attacks is a powerhouse. Yeah. Hey, a strength pot. Perfect. A reflex. I mean, I have a reasonable amount of discard. I don't think it's good enough to take a reflex, though. I think this is an easy skip. No Lagavulin, alright. Be that way. Put Caltrops into play. It's gonna be more damage than a strike will be, yeah. Ultimately. As usual in this fight, my goal is to kill one of the 3 sentries as quickly as humanly possible, because they are jerks. Wow, that was actually really smooth. Nice. I'm glad I went for the extra relic rather than the extra campfire. Toxic Egg. Whenever we add skill into the deck, it is upgraded. Very, very good relic to be finding in Act 1. Especially on Silent. Especially on Silent. It's a top tier find, dare I say. More common attacks. I think we have enough of those. I think the Deadly Poison was the last offensive card we wanted for a little while, and we're now looking for things like Dodge and Roll Plus, Leg Sweep Plus, Backflip Plus, Blur Plus, Footwork, any sort of block thing. Oh, that's always a rough last Elster. Yeah, like, so if we keep getting offered powers and attacks from now on, times could be tough. There's a lot of upgrades I'd like to do. I would like to upgrade some of the block cards, like Survivor, the Neutralize upgrade's looking really good since we didn't find another, whatchamacallit? Weaken Source. Deadly Poison upgrade's really nice for longer fights where scaling's required, although given that we're fighting Slime Boss, I really want to upgrade something that helps against Slime Boss. I think that's going to be the neutralize. More than anything else. Do I want to strength potion in this fight? I think I do. Slime boss is terrifying. This is why I upgraded the neutralize, by the way, just in case I drew it on this turn specifically, so we could have weaken up for the slime crush. So it looks like I might be splitting him here. 92 minus 3 is 89. So I need to do 14 more damage to split. Dash will deal 15. Just go for the split here. It's not the greatest split. But it ain't bad. I think I'm gonna kill Acid Slime first here. Damage, sure. Can I neutralize you? Can I neutralize you? Okay, not using the block potion yet. Take another 10, go down to 13. That is okay. If I can enter Act 2 with this block potion, I'll be happy. Half of 63 is 32, so this would split, and badly. It's not much better, but I'll take it. Okay, 16 plus 6 is 22. Okay, not too bad. We kept our block potion. Get a liquid bronze in case we meet the dreaded Act 2 birds. And now the Toxic Egg seems pretty relevant, because we're offered a couple of upgraded rare skills, one of which is Malaise, one of the best defensive cards in the game. Enemy loses X plus 1 strength, then you apply X plus 1 weak. This is a very good card, especially in Act 2. It's great against the Book of Stabbing, it's great against birds, it's great against Snake Plant. As far as Nightmare goes, we don't have a lot of good duplication targets yet. We could duplicate Caltrops, we could duplicate Neutralize, Dash? Yeah, Nightmare plus our Catalyst. I actually forgot about that Catalyst that we were originally offered. RIP Catalyst. Take a Malaise, very happily. And what would I like to see? Probably an Energy Relic, huh? I've offered 2 really good ones. We have, as options, the Eternal Feather. For every 5 cards in our deck, heal 3 health when we enter a rest site. Coffee Dripper says gain energy, but we can no longer rest at rest sites. And Runic Dome says gain energy, but you can no longer see enemy intents. Those little icons above the enemies that tell you like whether they're attacking and how much they're attacking for. Generally speaking, I don't like the Runic Dome too much. Miss the good old days when Balelord read everything in chat. There's a lot that goes on in chat these days. I remember the XCOM days, where I'd go like 5 minutes without anybody posting a message. Those were good times. If the enemy's in a tent, they wouldn't be visible anyway. That's very true, Jesus. That's very true. We need to get our enemies in Gazebo, because then they're both covered and we can still see them. I think I'm gonna brave it with a Coffee Dripper here. No more resting, but we do get our 4th energy. This deck has quite a bit of card draw, and we have an additional safety net in the anchor here. I've found a lot of the time, like, in combats, if I'm taking chip damage and slowly losing health, a lot of that is from taking damage on turn 1, and anchor just makes that way smoother. Way, way smoother. I tend to read them, Jinfizzes. I'm usually just stunned into silence by whatever you've put in chat. Yeah, that's also by thinking last, Alistair. Once we get some upgraded block cards and into the deck, or upgraded draw cards, like an Acrobatics Plus would be incredible, then this deck will get a lot safer. Because we took a Coffee Dripper, we don't want to take too many elites. I don't want to be like taking this aggressive 3 elite path or going this way. I think we have 300 gold, so we should definitely hit an early store. Events are really good for Golden Idol and Toxic Egg reasons. There's almost maybe an incentive to just take 4 events in a row. Looking for apparitions, looking for... something else. Looking for Bloody Idol. Almost blanked on my train of thought there for some reason. That said, if I don't deliberately pick this store, I could go this way. Do I want to go that way? That's a pretty good path, actually. I think in that case I would definitely want to go to this store. Yeah, upgrade all strikes defense. That's the other one. Thank you. I think I do want the store. Plus, getting card picks from hallway fights is actually really, really good thanks to Toxic Egg. So, consider that as well. Do I play Caltrops? No? Probably have to use the block potion next turn. This fight is not a good matchup for us.
Excellent work, Commander. This council is pleased to see our continued support of this project has been worthwhile.
Jinfizzes, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Midnight Heart. Midnight Heart. Welcome back to the council. Enjoy those emotes in the community once more. And thanks for hanging around. Yeah, this is probably Block Pot. And I use Deadly Poison and Malaise to play Weaken.
Commander, we've just received the support of another council
Last
member.
Alistor! Thank you so much for that Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the council. Enjoy your newfound emotes, the community, and your smug sense of superiority. Thanks for supporting the stream. Oh, grats, Magnan, on beating Defect Ascension 11 and 12 back-to-back. Defect can be really hard to wrap one's head around. The strange little robot. Is this 20? Okay, not a kill. Oh, the boot. I gotta remember how to boot value.
Commander, one of our most valued supporters says continued support of the XCOM project.
Moreno! Thank you so much for 9 months council support. Great to have you here. 3 more months until that fancy tricolored sub badge. What should we name our sub baby? Hey, you pearly whirly. Hello, hello. What are we doing? 13 plus 6 is 19. That'll kill. Okay. Leg Sweep Plus. Yes, please? Get in the deck. Of course Procreation's on the table, Jinfizzes. Where do you expect us to do it? The bed? It's ridiculous. I'm debating playing Leg Sweep so that we have Chosen Weekend next turn. But I probably just want to push out more damage. Me too, Pearly Whirly. I like seeing familiar faces from other channels as well. The Slay the Spire community is pretty tight-knit, so it seems there's a lot of bleed over between all the streamers and their communities, which is just awesome. Just awesome. So I gotta kill this. I know I have to survive next turn. Like, I don't have enough damage left in the deck to kill. I do want to play that though. Alright, fine. This ends up getting me brutalized next turn. I know who to blame. It's me! Uh-oh. Malaise? Hello? Damn it. Revenge of the Coffee Dripper. Should've leg swept. Oh well. The other boss relic options were Runic Dome and whatchamacallit? Eternal Feather. Do I take another dash? With 4 energy. Fighting champ. Am I gonna be champ? I'll pass on that for the moment. Ooh. Some very interesting options here. Do I buy Bandage Up Plus? Because we have Coffee Dripper. That card heals for 6. I think I do. There is an Apotheosis here. I don't know how excited I am by an Apotheosis when we have a Toxic Egg. Any future skill we add to the deck will be upgraded, and there's currently a lot of upgraded cards in the deck. Or unupgraded cards in the deck, but that'll be less true the further we get into the run. I'm not sure Apotheosis is worth our money here. Legitimately. Bracelet to maybe find some good events this act is definitely worth considering. And yeah, we're not allowed to rest, so like we have to upgrade at every fire. I don't think I like the Apotheosis too much. I think I like this Bandage Up. Normally I don't pay much attention to this card, but given that we're already on half health and we have a Coffee Dripper, it's suddenly looking really, really important that I be able to heal. Somehow. So I don't think I'm going to turn it down. I would love to remove another strike, because strikes are terrible. We have decent enough damage still. We picked up the all-out attack and upgraded it during Act 1 to deal with the slime boss Pearly Whirly, and it worked pretty well at that, as well as dealing with the hallway fights and elites of Act 1. Like, we upgraded the all-out attack and we immediately ran into the 5 slimes fight. And murdered them all. It was great. Do we buy a block? I'm thinking about this Dodge and Roll Plus. I'm also thinking about Cloak and Dagger, actually, because it does 8 damage and we need a little bit more. When I first saw the shop, I was looking at maybe Ornamental Fan, Cloak and Dagger, but there's too much other stuff I wanted. Just not sure. I could buy both of them. Do I want both of them? Yeah, they're both good in their own special snowflake ways. Excellent description. Excellent description. Oh, that's right, the boot makes us 10 damage? Alright. Because of boot, I'm buying that Cloak and Dagger. Do I want the dodge and roll? Not right now. Save our money here. Ooh, choose one of 20 cards to add to the deck. As much as I'd like a heal 12 here, the ability to look at upgraded skills has got to be worth it. Or a well-laid plans. Or a well-laid plans. Or a well-laid plans. Alright. Obtain a special relic, become cursed with pain. Acro's nice. I just think the well-laid plans is ultimately a far more important piece of the puzzle here. Especially going into champ fight. If I wasn't intending to fight two elites right now, I might think about taking the relic here. As it is, I'm okay with just an immediate upgrade. To our damage? Caltrops to deal with the Book of Stabbing, or maybe well-laid plans. Or maybe Survivor, so we can block a little bit better. This is iffy. I'm gonna believe that we can do this. But it is iffy. Slavers, okay. No vulnerable him immediately. I'm gonna play the all-out attack close to last. I'm gonna play it now. Good, didn't discard the malaise. That would have been the only thing I would have truly cared about, I'm pretty sure. Let's get Caltrops in play. Defend and malaise you. Okay. It's imperative that I kill this guy now. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, we'll kill him with the thorns. Actually, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. We won't become vulnerable. If an enemy that's applying a debuff to you dies from thorns, they don't actually get the debuff applied, which is interesting. Little fun factoid for you there. I think we're done taking damage here. At least I hope we are. Think you can weaken me? Fool. That's why I held the dash rather than defend there. Look at that. Frozen Egg! Any powers we get are also now upgraded. And there's our catalyst. I'm pretty sure to get past this elite, we want... Do we want to... Well, we have a well-laid plans now. When do you know what your deck should focus on? Excellent question, Fitzendif. It's difficult to... for me, that evaluation comes from, like, over 1,000 hours of experience at this point. And I have a pretty good idea of what my deck's capable of at any given moment. As a new player starting out, I would say that you should spend the first half of Act 1 and the first half of Act 2 focusing on making your damage and block output better. And the second half of the game focusing on finding ways to get better at long fights. At getting cards like Caltrops, or Deadly Poison, or Well-Laid Plans into play that give you bonuses turn after turn. Just make your deck do what it has to do. Easy game every time. Oh, you're absolutely welcome, Fates. I imagine there are some of you tuning in who are seeing this game for the first time, or like watching it truly for the first time, since I believe Slay the Spire just came out on PS4, PlayStation 4, either today or yesterday. So I think I'm taking this Catalyst. Gremlin Leader's terrifying. Book of Stabbing, we beat easily. Alright, Catalyst. We're gonna upgrade Deadly Poison to go with that. So we have Poison to multiply with the Catalyst. 20 health going into an Elite, let's go. Book of Stabbing, good. Extra good, in fact. Double plus good. I couldn't wait for that to go around. We're gonna hold on to Link Sweep here. So our goal in this fight... Ooh, I should have drank the bronze. Our goal in this fight is to malaise the crap out of the book so that it can't hurt me. Hello, malaise? Hello? Anyone home? Good. We're discarding Caltrops, that feels weird. Five times 6. Okay, time for math. So if we malaise plus, we turn this into a 1 times 6 attack. At the moment, because the Book of Stabbing's base strength is 7. Reduce that by 5 down to 2. 2 with weaken is 1. If we do this, if we play a defend, gain 5 block, and then malaise, it'll go down to 3 and then to 2. Okay, so it's better to just malaise here. Take the damage. Accept our fate. Ow. And they're dead. Yeah, the enemy was already weakened there unrecovered, so that might have been why your expectation was off. Bottled well-laid plans? Hell yes. Bottle Tornado's great here. Choose a power card to start each combat with that in our hand. If we bottle the well-laid plans, then we will always be able to retain cards, and we'll always get the cards basically in the right order. It's great. Very great. Solves a lot of the problems this deck potentially has in a variety of situations. Very exciting. Also, we found a way to beat Champ. It was the Catalyst, by the way. Do I want a Dagger Spray? I think if I want to fight this Elite, and I kind of do, we know it's going to be either Tri-Slavers or Gremlin Leader, and a Dagger Spray would help a lot with that. Dagger Spray is also 10 times 2, thanks to Boot here. Ooh. Also AoE damage in the form of Letter Opener. That makes me even more comfortable with taking this Elite. And hopefully we'll have more than 20 health by the time we get there. That's the intent, anyway. Just hoping that's true. Ooh. I'm glad we picked up the damage sources we just did with this fight. So Letter Opener says, every time we play 3 skills in a single turn, we deal 5 damage to all enemies. So rather than playing a Poison Stab to deal damage to one of them, I'm going to play... Oh no, wait, hold on. I'm going to use the Malaise to do that, actually. We will Poison Stab. Don't discard the Malaise. Good. Malaise you. Ha. What an excellent turn. 15 damage. If I block, I'll deal 5 to all of them, which will kill the front one. Good. Bandage up's good for proccing this letter opener. Oh. Didn't think about that. Not think about that. Okay, truthfully, one of the deadlier fights in Act 2, and we just made it look easy. Cool. Another Deadly Poison Plus means the champ fight gets a lot easier with this catalyst. Let's grab another Deadly. Iron Bandage. Bandage Wave. I love it. Okay, I don't have enough block. That makes me sad. Get that boot value. Should make an attack potion here. Now we're going to be using the attack potion in the elite fight. Take my 5 and be okay with it. Times 2. Oh, wait. No, we gotta kill this guy now. Kill them, we can become vulnerable. Taking 9 more. Ugh. It's pretty sketchy. It's pretty sketchy. My first Burning Blood. I love it. I think I'll swap... Actually, no, I like these potions. I'm gonna fight this elite on 18 health. I think we have what it takes. This is gonna be close. And I may need to use multiple potions to, like, kill one of the slavers on turn 1. Okay, we did not get the slavers. That's good. That's really good. And we got attacked by Grim Leader on turn 1. So that's actually ideal. That's ideal. So when you dash, all out attack, deadly on the leader. Okay, so we dash you. Good. Hey, a BB Tech. Welcome, by the way, Gyrocentric. A lot of people do indeed find me by using the Slay the Spire category. So you're in good company. Yeah, I think this fight has ended up turning out perfectly here. Lucky us. Good value. I wanna... Okay, I'm gonna do this. This wizard that we're looking at is a huge threat. But not that huge of a threat. If we fail to kill him by the end of next turn, he'll attack me for 30 kajillion damage or something. Too much damage.
Commander, we've just received the support of another council
Squid
member.
Roll! Thank you so much for gifting a sub to Gyrocentric. Gyrocentric, welcome to the council. Enjoy your new emotes, the community, and your newfound smug sense of superiority. You've picked a lucky day to tune into the stream for the first time, it seems. Boot value. Aha! Optimal boot value. Correct. Hello, Drozdor. Welcome, welcome. Okay, that elite fight went... Did we heal off that? Yeah, we did. We took no damage and healed 6. Really good elite fight. And used no potions. What? And now we have a ninja scroll. Start with 3... Oh my god. Shivs in hand. The start of each combat. And we have a second copy of Catalyst Plus, which means Champ He going down. Champ is going down. Just Catalyst now. A boots. So if I just malaise, so go down to 3 times 3, 2 times 3. Okay, so just malazing and then bandage upping is a net gain of 0. So if I have lethal this turn, I should use it. I think I do. If I do like poison stab, boot value neutralize, all out attack. Is that going to be enough? I got a math. 24 damage required. This will be 9. This will be 5. This will be 10. Yeah, that's enough. Got him. Crippling Cloud Plus. Apply 7 poison in 2 week to all enemies. Yes, please. Absolutely, yes, please. More poison, more AoE. And we have to upgrade. I think we should upgrade our block cards now. We're a little low on block density. I think we're looking from this point onwards to add more block cards and remove strikes, if possible. We're out of footwork. We still haven't found a footwork. That's a really good turn on Malaise. Probably just going to play that. So, for those of you unfamiliar with the Champ boss, this boss is one of the trickier ones to beat as a new player. Champ is a pretty straightforward and easy simming fight for the first half. Champ does a number of relatively low damage attacks, and will occasionally buff himself, and is in general not very threatening, until you drop him below half health. Once Champ drops below 220 health, he will remove all debuffs from himself, give himself like 12 strength, and then start attacking you for absolutely massive amounts of damage every 3 turns. And so this fight is really about preparing or bypassing that incredibly deadly half hit point threshold. In a lot of cases. So you'll see me play the cards in such a way, with these 2 catalysts, I should be able to defeat Champ without ever bringing him like, he'll go from above half health to dead very suddenly, and we avoid that whole very deadly half health threshold that he does. And thanks to well-laid plans, I can make sure these 2 catalysts get played at the exact correct moment. Alright, so if I times 9 your poison, what is 17 times 9? I don't think anybody could ever know the answer to that question. It's impossible to determine. Uh, 23 times 9 is over 200. So he will die 2 turns after I play these. So I can actually just do it like this. Good. So we send him to 204 poison, thanks to multiple catalysts. He'll take, 200 damage this turn. And then next turn he'll try to remove all the poison from himself, but he'll die before he can. Which means this fight is already over. So this buff that he's doing, he would if he was still alive after the poison ticked, he would remove all 203 of it, as well as this -5 strength, and then give himself 12 strength, and probably attack me for more damage than I could possibly block. So it's very important that this kills him, because if it didn't, we would die. Oh boy, Snecko Oil, the best potion in the game. Kappa. Come confused, draw 3 cards. No thanks. Snecko Oil is a very niche potion, I think is how I would describe it. It's usually worth leaving on the ground, especially if you're a new player and don't know when to use this. Don't. Don't. When is Snecko Eye a good relic? The honest answer to that feat is most of the time. It is a very, very, very powerful relic. Would I take it in this deck? Yes, I would take it in this deck. Like, if we were offered a Snecko Eye here, I'll probably take it. The extra card draw from Snecko Eye is so damn strong. And the random card costs are not as debilitating as you'd think, especially if you have a 4th energy. When not to take Snecko Eye is when you have a... I think the biggest time to not take Snecko Eye is going into Act 2 with 3 base energy and a number of 1 and or 0 cost cards. Or if you have Runic Pyramid. Under these conditions, you should probably not take Snecko Eye. Otherwise, I would encourage you to like take it when you're offered it and play around with it. See what it can do for you. It is widely regarded as like the strongest relic in the game, for good reason. Yeah, BB Tech, this is an excellent time to take Corpse Explosion. Corpse Explosion is one of the strongest cards in Silence Pool. It does a lot of poison, which is great, because this deck is doing poison things. And it says, when an enemy dies, deal damage equal to his maximum hit points to all other enemies. Which is really good in any multi-enemy fight, in particular for the... very helpful against Donu and Deka, if we see them as one of our Act 3 bosses. Really, really good against the Elites Before the Heart as well. Nicer, Adanos. Just force him to take it. Easy peasy. Ooh, do we want 5 energy? Fusion Hammer says, gain energy at the start of your turn. You can no longer upgrade at rest sites. This would actually prevent us from doing anything at rest sites. At all. But just about everything in the deck that I care to upgrade is upgraded. So I'm not sure I care. We could take a Black Star to get an extra relic off Elites. There's presumably, like, somewhere between 2 and 4 more Elites that we're going to fight, so this is probably between 2 and 4 regular relics. Yeah, we also get powers upgraded for free, too. So literally, it's only cards that are currently in the deck. I would like to upgrade Caltrops. That I can deal with not upgrading Caltrops. Like, we don't even care, because the Catalysts. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to take the Fusion Hammer. Gain a 5th energy, makes our melees better. And we're going to look for stuff like acrobatics. And more backflips. The most consistent class to be A20 Heart with, in my opinion. Most consistent. I don't know if I would say that any of them stand out from one another in terms of consistency. The Syndicate. If you were looking to beat the A20 Heart for the first time, and you don't care what kind of high roll you need to do it, I would say Ironclad is the best bet for beating the Ascension 20 Heart the first time around. To do it on a consistent basis? Honestly, I think they're all pretty close to par at the moment. Take that Fusion Hammer. Okay, we're fighting Awakened one first. It should be a really easy fight. I value card removals really, really highly right about now. Oh man, I could have fought so many Elites with that Black Star. Jesus. Did I have that Black Star back? Damn. Does Wristblade combo with Boot? No. No, it does not, to my knowledge. I have to get to this node. Because I need to get the... Oh, I gotta get all 3 of my keys if we're gonna go to the heart here. So do I want to store into elites, or store into elites but in a different order? I think I want this first. Yeah, okay. I'm forced to. Well, I'm not forced to. Okay, well, we're going this way. Gonna be real hard to recall, I know, right? So few opportunities to do that. Only play one of them. Get annihilated. Yeah, I think that 5th energy smoothed out the deck a lot. Ooh, I almost forgot to do that. It makes us proc the letter opener a lot more often, which I didn't consider, but it is a significant boost to our damage output. Do I take another Cloak and Dagger? I think we want the dodge and roll. We're struggling to block quite enough. Ah. 2 normality, you say? So, Mind Bloom is one of the most powerful events in Act 3. And this event right here is one of the main reasons to be going to question marks if you're in Act 3. Mind Bloom offers you one of 3 very powerful choices that each have a significant upside and a downside. I Am War. Fight a boss from Act 1, get a rare relic, and then unmentioned you also get 100 gold and a card reward. I Am Awake. Upgrade every card in your deck, but you can no longer heal. If you choose this option, for the entire rest of your run, you cannot gain hit points. There is no effect in the game. Every exception you might be able to think of is countered by this choice. So there's no way to gain health after taking this. And given that the deck is mostly upgraded, this is not the option we want. Or I Am Rich. Gain 999 gold, but obtain 2 normality curses, which are very bad for us right now. We have some ways to discard them. Dagger Throw can discard a normality, Survivor can discard a normality. We could remove one of the 2 curses here. But then we have to do 2 fights, 2 elites with a normality in the deck. We might get one removed right here, but it's pretty unlikely. There's not a lot of removal events in Act 3. Even if you increase your max hit points, yep, full on, yo. You'll gain the max, but not the current. So if I got plus 10, I would be at 57 out of 70, suddenly. It includes post-boss heals, it includes resting, it includes relic healing, card healing, potions, anything. Nothing can increase your current health. I don't feel comfortable with 2 normalities, and I want to be removing these strikes anyway. So I don't want the I Am Awake, I don't want the I Am Rich, that leaves I Am War. Let's get a rare relic. Slime Boy, huh? Pretty okay with that. Have 27 poison. Letter opener on our various AoE is going to make this very trivial. Usually fighting an Act 1 boss in Act 3 is a pretty easy endeavor. Generally speaking. Good fight. Prayer Wheel. Normal enemies drop an extra card reward is pretty mediocre, honestly. Second leg flip or second backflip or leg sweep is amazing though. And I think with our 5 energy we want the backflip for the extra card draw. Because often we're struggling to use all of our energy in a particularly productive way. go to the store. Falling event causes us to lose one of our cards. I'm definitely okay losing, like, any of these three. This event always asks you to lose one of... selected at random, one of your skills, one of your powers, one of your attacks. In all three cases, it chose unupgraded cards, which is pretty cool. I wonder if I meant to lose the Caltrops here. Caltrops is a nice way to deal damage to the Corrupt Heart, sure, but we have two Catalysts. We can already cap the Heart on damage per turn pretty easily. So I don't think we need the extra damage from the Caltrops. It is random, yeah. Certainly it's not asking me for my rarest anything here, right? Like Defend, Caltrops, Poison Stab, those are all our least common ones in this case. You know what? I think I am going to lose Caltrops. Yeah, it could have been a Strike. I would have liked to lose Strike over Caltrops, but I'll take the Caltrops. I am okay with that. So Darklings. These guys are a little fun. Darklings are special in that you can only end this fight if all three of them are dead at the same time. They all have to be simultaneously dead in order for the fight to end. Periodically, they'll block and attack. They don't do anything else. So it's a question of, like, spreading out the damage in such a way to be able to end the fight. Sometimes it's better to kill one of them just so that they stop attacking you for a couple turns to buy yourself time. An important thing to note about the Darklings is that when they attack, they have either a single attack like this or a ×2 attack that does way more damage. And the ones on the end, the front and back one, are capable of doing the ×2 attack, but the one in the middle cannot. Which means the one in the middle is actually the least dangerous of the three. Kind of bizarre, but true. Damn it, dodge roll. It's counting on you. Prime example of when I just kill one, the one on the front here, so that I don't take any damage here. And then Corpse Explosion will someday show up. Someday. Not today, but someday. In the distant future, Corpse Explosion will appear. Save us. There it is. So Corpse Explosion works on these guys. When one of them dies, they will all die. Or when I Corpse Exploded died, they'll all die. Kaboom! None of these are skills. That's a skill. Draw 4 cards, discard 1 card. Although a second Leg Sweep is also tempting. For a nice chunky block card. I think being able to draw 4 to find the decent block cards or to get cards in play in a specific order is really, really valuable right now. Yeah, that's true. Respect for Prayer Wheel. It was a late Prayer Wheel, but it just did something really important. Gave us an Acrobatics. I'll take it. Alright, store. I have 500 gold. What do you got for me? You know, this deck could operate with a Grand Finale. I just don't think it's particularly helpful here. I have a specific way of saying nice chunky something. Well, you know you inspire me, Gin Fizzes. In a lot of ways. Oh no, Pearly. I've definitely had a couple of bad falling events sometimes. I think one once asked me for Double Tap Plus, Immolate Plus, or like Demon Form Plus. It was very sad. Very, very sad. So I'm definitely going to remove a strike. What if I want to take a medical kit? Medical kit says unplayable status cards can now be played. When you play a status card, exhaust it. The main benefit of this for our current deck is that when we reach Act 4, which I'm going to talk about shortly, when we reach Act 4, we can use this to get rid of burns from the elites and from the heart. I'm just not sure how much those matter. Compared to, like, a different relic. Because we're gonna go to this store, probably. The green brick! Or a Kelcum. Probably not the greatest in this silent deck, but this is a really good relic in a lot of situations. If you end your turn without any block, gain 6. Good stuff. One of my favorite relics to have early on. I'm wondering if Prepared Plus is actually good, because of Letter Opener. Okay, definitely remove a strike. This store is so underwhelming. I'll take a Prepared... Am I willing to... No, I'm not... I have a Prayer Wheel. I'll take a Prepared Plus if it's offered to me, but I'm not going to buy one. Alright, good talk. Okay, that's all I want to spend here. I don't think that medkit's worth the 200 gold. Yeah, it isn't bad. I agree with you, the one Baconeer. It's not bad, but we have 2 more stores coming up. At least we can do better. We can do better. Oh, Giant Head, you are so dead. So Giant Head's an elite I can talk about as a little bit. This guy killed me a lot when I was new at the game, because I did not understand how the hell I was supposed to beat him. Giant Head has so much health, over 500 on High Ascension. And when you first encounter him, he will start to count down like a big jerk. When his countdown reaches 0, or 1 actually, he'll start doing really, really nasty attacks that will completely obliterate you if you're not ready for them. So how the fight essentially operates is you're given 3 or 4 turns, depending on the Ascension level you're playing, to do a whole bunch of damage. And if you can't do it quickly enough, he will break you. Fortunately, the poison multiplication on our catalysts is going to let us handle this not too badly. About 100 poison if I put them in play now. That might have to... I think I'm going to use the poison potion and play both of these catalysts right now. Yeah, that'll do. Giant Head also has the slow debuff, which doesn't matter too much for this deck, but how it works is that every time we play a card, Giant Head takes 10% additional damage from physical attacks for the rest of the turn. So to optimize your damage against Giant Head, you want to play your cards in order of non-damaging attacks first, followed by, or non-attacks first, followed by least damaging attacks, followed by most damaging attacks. Got him. Ooh, Warpaint upgrades 2 of the skills that aren't currently upgraded, which probably means, what, 2 defends? Yes, it means 2 defends. Alright, I'll take it. Ah, another funny guy. Transient. Transient is an enemy that has a ridiculous health pool, but we're not expected to kill it. Transient deals huge damage every turn, but Transient will die 6 turns from now, so all we have to do is survive. And Transient also has the shifting property, which says, upon losing health, Transient's damage is reduced by that much. So if we attack Transient... Oh my god, that doesn't work with the boot? What? It doesn't work with the boot. Shiv does 5 damage, but only reduces damage output by 4. I actually did not know that. He should be doing 25 right now. We've dealt 15 damage to him. That's really cool. That's really cool, actually. I like that. So your goal in the transient fight is usually to have a lot of combined block and damage output, while also figuring out ways to scale up your ability to do damage and block. And for this deck, that means as long as we keep our poison counter on transient going up and up and up, he won't be able to do anything to us. So I'm just going to play this Catalyst now. At the end of turn, he'll take damage equal to the amount of poison he has, and that's going to be more than enough to reduce his damage output to 0. Easy game. If we'd drawn our cards in a perfect order, we might have been able to kill the transient, but as it stands, we're only going to get kind of close. Only going to get kind of close. Alright, GG, big boy. Because I lack honor. Honor? I hardly know her. Jinvizzes. We actually got really close here. Dropping transient below 100? Can't say I do that on Ascension 20 every day. Alright, drop me a footwork. There's not a footwork, but I do like the escape plan. Deja vu. So escape plan says, draw a card. If you draw a skill, gain 5 block. We sure have a lot of skills in this deck, so the odds that escape plan draws a skill is pretty high. At worst case, it should break even most of the time against the heart, and a lot of the times it'll trigger the letter opener. Every time we play 3 skills in a single turn, deal 5 to all enemies. If I knew we were fighting Time Eater, and was worried about Time Eater for some reason, I might reconsider these. But as it stands, I'm pretty happy with 2 escape plans in the deck. Reptomancer, definitely one of the deadliest enemies in the Spire. These summon daggers attack for 9 on their first turn and then suicide for 25 on their second. So we want to be able to kill the dagger she summons basically as quickly as possible. Easier said than done. So these ones have Metallicize. I'm debating whether I hold on to all attack for next turn. They're gonna get Metallicized, though. I think I still hold on to the all-out attack, but I try to kill one of them this turn. No. Yes? I gotta make up my mind. I'm gonna all-out attack now. Spooky. Less spooky. Alright, letter opener, I'm counting on you! Do some damage. Ooh, I can actually count on you to do a lot of damage. Enough block. No. We could use our attack potion then. Yeah. Keeping an eye on my letter opener here, knowing when I need to play more skills at the end of turn. Oh, nice, Silly Squirrel. Infinites with Deep Breath are really fun. Really, really fun. Okay, as soon as she gives me a moment of peace, I can Catalyst her. Hello? Crazy lady, I asked you for some peace. Cease your destruction of my face, please. Courier. Ooh, so the merchant now restocks, and we get a 20% discount, which means I think it was probably the right choice to not spend anything at that last store. We pick up the Emerald Key, the first of the 3 keys that we're going to take. If you've beaten the game once with each of the 3 characters, then you'll see this symbol unlock in the upper left corner, as well as certain keys appear over the course of your runs. Acquire all 3 keys. One is gotten from a flaming elite icon on the map, which we just fought. This is an elite that has a buff. One of them is acquired from opening a treasure chest and skipping the relic that you find inside, taking the sapphire key instead, like so. And the third one is acquired by heading to a rest site and choosing to recall instead of resting or upgrading, which we can't do either of anyway, thanks to the combination of Fusion Hammer and Coffee Dripper. Uh-oh. It's time to spin the wheel. Oh, fortune. More money! Oh my god, that's 300 more gold. What is going on in chat? What is going on in chat? The boot is here to save us against Nemesis. This big jerk becomes intangible every other turn, reducing all damage output to 1, unless you have the boot, in which case, you just win the fight, basically. Pretty sure that's how it works. How do I know the gold I take from that event? So how the money from that event works, Ismail, is that you get 100 per act that you're in. So if you see that event in Act 1, the gold reward is 100 gold. It's 200 in Act 2, 300 in Act 3. Hey, Anora, this is indeed Ascension 20. I'm kind of making it look easy at the moment. Not to toot my own horn too much, but the silent deck is pretty ridiculous. With 2 eggs, Coffee Dripper, and Fusion Hammer. The only thing we're missing is some dexterity, which I can hopefully find in the store we're going to. I might even buy, like, a bunch of powers from the power slot. Specifically to do. Okay, we got lucky with the Nemesis here. 252 poison. Have fun, Nemesis. Shuriken! Every time we play 3 attacks in 1 turn, gain a point of strength. I mean, that would have been nice to have much earlier in the run, before we went all Poison Catalyst. As it stands, I don't think it's going to do a whole lot for us. There's our 3rd key. 864 gold. Do I want 1 relic from an elite, or, you know, 1,000 gold equivalent here? Oh my. Alright, I figured out how we're blocking against the heart. Actually, yeah, I figured out how we're blocking against the heart. Big time. Paper Crane. One of the best relics in the game. Enemies with weak deal 40% less damage rather than 25%. This is a big deal. This is an incredibly powerful mitigation engine. Oh, I'm glad that it helps Wind Up Skeleton. I try to make the game accessible to everybody through my narration. Because while I might have played 1,500 hours of this game, many of you who are tuned in right now have played 0. And so you might... A lot of people spot the paper crane in the shop and go all pog, but many people are like, I don't know what that does. It's good to point out. I'm definitely buying paper crane. This is such a disgustingly strong relic. I don't even know how to describe. Is paper crane what I would have gotten from the elite? No, Ducky of Chaos. So, relics in this game are sorted into a list, kind of, or like a couple of lists that you get in order on a particular seed. Which means generally you'll see the same, like if you rerun the seed, you'll see the same relics. No matter how you get the relics. For example, if I had changed path and gone to this elite rather than this elite, I would have gotten the same shuriken. Because the next relic in the list was the same either way. But as Xteam points out, relics that go into shops get pulled from the bottom of the relic list, not the top. So relics you see in shops are not relics you were going to have found otherwise. Give me that. Ooh, lantern. +1 energy on turn 1 is a maybe. I think we definitely want a dex potion. We never did manage to find dexterity, and for the heart fight we're going to want just a little bit more block. Just a little bit more block. And then we have 2 options for Entropic Brew that I'm maybe thinking about. Though I'll probably just buy a... let's get rid of Strike. Probably just buy a potion in Act 4. This deck is sweet. Strange Spoon is an interesting relic. Cards which exhaust when played instead discard half the time. That would allow us to get back our Malaise, our Catalysts, and our Crippling Cloud. And our Bandage Up some of the time. I don't know if that's worth it. Oh yeah, to make Shivs come back half the time, and we have a Ninja Scroll. Okay, we don't want that. And Shivs, yeah. Including the 3 that we start with. No thank you. I like Secret Technique a lot. Choose a skill from your draw pile, put it into your hand. Double Well-Laid Plans is good, Eridanos. Double Well-Laid Plans is really good. The main benefit of Well-Laid Plans in Duplicate is not so much the ability to retain 4 cards, but rather it's really important to get the Well-Laid Plans down quickly in a fight, so that you can start retaining cards from hand to hand. And we already have our Well-Laid Plans in a bottle, so I don't think we have any desire for a second copy. That said, there is some merit to buying the Well-Laid Plans, because with Courier we'll see another upgraded power behind it that might be Footwork. I think I'm still gonna pass. Yeah, that Secret Technique. Cheapotropic is reasonable. And I would do it in a heartbeat if I was at the Act 4 store. As it stands, I think we're going to take this 300 gold into the next act. This is enough for now. We're going to easily beat the bosses. No problem. I said the word dig. Oh no. What have I done? What have I done? Explodey boy. Shuriken? Wait, Shuriken turns off the boot! No! Rip boot value! Rip the boot value. Gone forever. Do I Dagger Spray? All that attack, it's gonna be 21. Yeah. Feels weird. I can Secret Technique for a Catalyst, and now you're dead. And so are you. Okay, good fight. How does card stacking in the shop work? I'll actually explain shop lay. Ooh. I'll explain shop lay. Oh man, I got really excited there. It's a Footwork Plus! We've been waiting so long. Truthfully, we don't need this to win, but it's gonna make it a lot easier. And I think I'm gonna take this calculated gamble. For more card cycling powers. Rip fire? Rip fire. Hey, we got Footwork on turn 1. Oh no, we got the audio bug. Oh no. Oh, because that glitched out the audio. That's what causes that? Huh. The more you know. The more you know. So, a Wakey Boy here gains 2 strength for every power we play in the fight, which makes it really dangerous to play most powers. But we definitely want to be playing powers that increase our defensive utility, which these do. And with the Paper Crane, we can mitigate most of that damage increase by weakening the Awakened one. So I'm just going to play these. I don't particularly want to take any damage, so I'm going to do something weird here. And Calculated Gamble. That looks better. I just put a shitload of shivs in the discard pile, and we'll get rid of those as we come to them. How cards offered to us are selected. It is mostly random, Phalango. So there are 3 rarities of card that have different chances of appearing. Common cards have a gray border on top. Uncommon cards have a blue border on top. And rare cards have a yellow border on top. Whenever a random card reward is selected, it first, I believe, determines the rarity of the card, which is by default like 90-something% common, 10%-ish uncommon, and like 3% rare. Obviously that doesn't add up quite to 100. And then every time you see a card that isn't a rare card, your chance of finding a rare card in the next card reward increases a little bit, until you eventually do find a rare card, at which point that chance resets. So it first rolls rarity, which has a modifier based on how long it's been since you saw a rare card, and then once the rarity is determined, it's completely random within the rarity. Like, all rare cards are equally likely, all common cards are equally likely, etc. Okay, give me another litter proc. Okay, we're not gonna need the catalysts for now. We want to kill these birds ASAP, which mostly means playing Crippling Cloud at the moment. Ooh, both of these. So behold the power of Paper Crane here, by the way. Enemies with weak deal 40% less damage rather than 25. So 12 times 4 becomes 7 times 4. We just reduced this guy's damage by 20 with the weaken. Absolutely filthy. Absolutely filthy. Uh, 9, 28... Doesn't matter, I can't block for more. Ow. I already played my bandage up, so I'm not getting that back. The tragedy. Gonna secret tech... I don't care. Yeah. So Corpse Explosion neatly disposes of those minions. Part of the trouble in this fight is getting rid of those minions quickly. And then we can use Malaise to, by and large, deal with Awakened One here. Yeah, whatever. Hey. Hey. I'm supposed to gain one more block there. Game. Too bad I don't have a spoon. Truer words have never been spoken. You can actually do shuriken scaling if you want here. Meanwhile, the soothing sounds of the campfire are a delight to our ears. Have I discovered the hidden modifiers? I think that we filed that one under the confirmation bias code that the game has, where the thing that is most likely to screw you over will inevitably happen. Because the game is sentient like that. Awakened One tends to turn into a drawn-out fight like this. Because Awakened One only scales up in damage when you play powers, and once you're out of powers to play, the fight kind of stops doing anything interesting. Whee. So we're basically totally safe now. Yeah, we're saving both catalysts for second phase. No, I lied. I'm gonna kill him now. Mostly out of boredom. So this boss, once they're killed, will come back. Because they are a jerk. And you have to do it all over again. Which is very easy thanks to our paper crane and dexterity and all that stuff. Like, there's very little risk here. Blonk. Kablonk! Draw pile's empty. What? Who proved this? I didn't approve that. I explained the Woke Bloke's lore. Well, there once was a streamer named Jorbs who wanted very hard to be a bird wizard. So he stuck a dagger into his chest and turned into a giant bird demon thing. Pretty sure that's the lore. Okay, so for Donu and Deka, I mostly want to remove these artifact charges. Each of them starts with 3, which negates 3 debuffs. So that I can play Corpse Explosion, then kill one of them, and then blow them both up. I think we're going to be gambling our shivs again, by the way. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Donu here. I would like an escape plan. And to gamble. Perfect. Let's do Cloak and Dagger. Poison Stab. Roll. So this fight, unlike the last fight, scales up very, very quickly. Which means that it's imperative that we get our weaken down on both the foes as quickly as we can. So I'm gonna strip away their artifacts here. And make sure they're both weakened. That'll help a lot. Yeah, a lot. Can I have, hello, footwork? Hello? There you are. Uh-oh. That is the sound of weaken wearing off. Unfortunately. Taking a little bit of damage. What if they're lethal? Wouldn't think to check, actually. No, not quite. Alright. I'm alright taking 5 here. Also, I've got to make sure I don't kill Donu before I draw a Corpse Explosion, actually. There it is. So, Corpse Explosion, Catalyst, Donu dies and explodes. Kaboom! Dirty Spire Limericks channel. I think we need one of those. That sounds great. Corpse Explosion is not an exhaust card, no. It is not. It probably... It wouldn't be too much worse if it did. 21.95. A good year. Your next event is a better shop. I love that, Tom. Alright, we're missing 1 max health, or 1 health away from full. Rip Runic Dodecahedron in the store. Oh my. That's a pretty good store, actually. 317 gold. That is enough for Master of Strategy and a card removal. There's also the funnel here, which says at the start of combat apply 4 poison to all enemies. That'd be really, actually helpful. Both for the... It costs the same as the Master Strat, too. This will remove 1 artifact from the elites, which is going to be really important, and it'll start the heart with 4 poison, which is really important. Dark Shackles would be great for blocking one of the multi-attacks from the hearts. Though, truthfully, I don't think we're going to need it. We'd like to remove... Probably Dagger Throw? I can't remove the all-out attack because I put a bottle on it. That's true, also the 10x4 from the Spire, whatchamacallit. Take that funnel. I think I'm just gonna remove a card. This one. Alright, nice, small, consistent. Here we go. So these are the dreaded Spire Elites. These guys are infamous for dunking so many runs with their stupid nonsense. I'm actually wondering if this is where I use the Dex Potion. I'm currently thinking about it. We're being attacked for 30... 33. Got 10 block plus another 21, 32. Okay, so I don't need to Dex Potion here. Noted. So in this fight you start surrounded. It's the only fight in the game to use this mechanic. You can change your facing by attacking one or the other. And whichever enemy that you're not facing will deal bonus damage to you. 50% more physical damage. So if we change our facing, we see that the damage values will change. As an example. I'm not holding onto that catalyst, am I? Playing this whole hand, right? Yeah. I want to remove deadly... I want to remove the artifact off Spire Spear, so I'm going to play all my attacks. and turn around. Like that. Okay, decent front-loaded damage here. Take 1. Oh man, really good cards to draw. Calculated Gamble and Acrobatics lets us mitigate this this most dreaded of turns. On turn 2, Spire Spear, or on turn 1, Spire Spear, at least on a high Ascension, adds 2 burns into your draw pile, which you then immediately draw. So and then attacks you for 10 times 4. So you're looking at huge damage, but have, like, nothing to work with in your hand. Fortunately, we drew a whole bunch of card draws, so we're okay here. But, like, really? Why you gotta be like that, guy? I would like to draw some weaken, please. That'll do. That will do. Really? Okay, 6 times 4. That's pretty manageable. 24. If I footwork, take 1. Footwork take 1 is fine. Actually, I don't have to take 1 at all, because I can Secret Technique for Malaise. Look at this. Ah. Cute. Alright, here we go. Now we can start poisoning the big bad. The big bad Spire Shield. Okay, this won't quite be a kill unless I use the poison pot, which I will if I feel like it's necessary. It's not necessary. Good talk. Thank you, Corpse Explosion. Hey, we got a full bottle run. Bottled Lightning, Bottled Tornado, Bottled Flame. I don't think I've had all 3 of these in a very, very, very long time. Ooh. Give me that. Piercing Whale will stop one of the heart's multi-attacks. What skill, if anything, do we want to bottle here? For the hearts, probably a Crippling Cloud, huh? To apply a whole bunch of poison and weaken. That way we make no, we want to bottle Malaise, right? That's actually the correct answer. Bottle Whale and retain it. Nice, nice. Another good option. Leg Sweep is also fine, actually. Leg Sweep is totally reasonable. And we retain that. Poison is also totally acceptable. Ooh, Secret Technique. You know what? That's the correct answer. Secret Technique. So we choose what skill we have on turn 1. Alright, here it is, the Corrupt Heart of the Spire. This enemy is a giant jerk. And has a couple notable buffs on it. One is the Dreaded Beat of Death. Whenever we play a card, we take 2 damage. So every little shiv we play will cause us to take additional damage here. The other one is the Invincible buff. The heart can only lose up to 200 health per turn. Anything beyond that is wasted damage, so our damage output needs to be really consistent, which with poison it will be. Okay, there's our Piercing Whale. We're gonna hold that potentially for the first multi-attack. Though, truth be told, I'm not worried here. Okay, do I seek out... I think I seek a Catalyst and just play it. With the Poison Potion. And we just start this fight with a ton of poison. 72 poison on turn 1. I mean, sure, why not? I recognize I just took 1 damage. Didn't have to. But I chose to. Besides, we can heal up to full with bandage up, so I guess it was technically optimal. The second catalyst will already put the heart at the damage cap, and so we don't have to worry about any more damage. We've done enough. This is going to be a quick victory, I think. In fact, I bet I can win this without playing any more block cards. Hold on, let me math. This turn, next turn, heart turn, yes. I will win this fight if I play no more block cards. Is that right? 15... And then... less than 45... No, because Weaken runs out. You're right. Tom, you're right. Because Weaken runs out. I have to play at least one more poison card. Or Weaken card or something. And yeah, obviously there's no reason to do that, other than, like, flexing on the heart. Which I'm always down for. Hundo. And we have turns like this. We're gonna take a lot of this damage, and it's not gonna matter. Let's gamble first. Block as best we can. It's not very good block. Take a ton, but this is over. There is... I think the only limit to poison is the integer cap in the game, UKL. You can definitely get poison into the millions, but it won't help against, you know, nothing more than 999 poison is relevant against any target. Like I can't even do any damage. Wow. Because we've already done 200 this turn. Alright, GG. Making it look easy. Because it was. That's the heart of the Spire. It definitely isn't always that easy to defeat. This deck was really consistent. We removed every single strike. We had tons of card draw and card manipulation. 3 bottled cards that let us have really consistent turn 1s. The anchor for consistent turn 1 blocking. Like, there's not a whole lot of ways this deck could have gotten any better, truthfully. Oh man, that's quite the what if, Phalango. Play a A20 run with a $10 million or die stakes. Given that my win rate is less than half, I don't know that I would want to take that bet. I think that would probably result in my death. GG. GG. Kaka! Cheers, Dixie Flatline Rom. Remember to tip your streamer. And GG Thread Pacifist, thank you so much for those 10 months of council support. Why didn't that play an alert?
Commander.
There it is.
One of our most valued supporters. It says continued support of the XCOM project.
Just one molten egg away from a full bottled egg collection. Mmm, pickled eggs. Are there any counters to the boot other than the 200 damage cap on the hearts? Did you mean that the other way around, Swagsta? As far as I'm aware, the only way to bypass the hearts damage cap is with the boot, which apparently works on transient too, in a bad way. We found that out today. If the boot causes you to deal more damage to transient than the card indicates, the transient only lowers the damage by a little bit. Alright, let me restart the game, because this campfire sound effect is going to keep going until I do that. So I'm gonna give a quick reboot. Noror asks, how do you maximize your score? You know what? Why don't I actually, why don't I show that off by playing a daily? Because that's a great question. How do you maximize your score in Slay the Spire? Ascension 20 is one of the many ways to play the game. But there's so many others, and it's not all about winning. Sometimes people want to win in a specific way, win with a specific deck, win with specific relics. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with playing like that. It's one of the really fun ways to play, if you ask me. And there's a so as far as score goes, there's a lot of different little bonuses that provide score at the end of the game that I'm going to talk about as we go through our daily run here. Do this on the MISC account, because I don't want to mess with my Ascension 20 stuff. Chimera controlled kit. Oh god. Sure. This will be fun. What Ascension would I think is the best if I'm going for a high score in a normal run? I think it would be A20 in high roll. Tom, I'm pretty sure the bonuses aren't worth quite as much as the extra Ascension level ends up being. So your average score is like 2,000-ish, and it's a 5% bonus for every Ascension level. So each Ascension level is worth like 50 points of that. Yeah, it's probably A20 in high roll. Oh, also, I think A20 gives you points for the extra boss that... Yeah, it does. A20 gives you points for the extra boss you fight, so you really want to do A20 if you want to go for score on a normal run. Don't value your life that highly. Are you okay, Chrono? So, the daily run is something I've done on stream a few times. Not recently, though. Let me update my title with that, too. Ah! $3,000 is definitely a very good score. Definitely. Most definitely. So I find it fun to try to place on the leaderboard in the dailies when I play them. Leaderboard is, again, ranked by score. So the higher your score, the higher you place on this leaderboard. And placing high on this leaderboard requires using an interesting variety of score-gaining tactics. Every daily run has 3 modifiers that affect the game. In this case, we're going to start with a weird starting deck that has like Bash and Survivor and Zap in it. We start with a Frozen Eye, which lets us see the upcoming draws, as well as adding random cards to the bottom of our draw pile constantly. And Night Terrors causes us to heal to full whenever we rest at a rest site, but losing us max health. One of the modifiers for score is completing the run as quickly as possible. I'm going to try to go at a reasonably fast pace, but not too fast. As far as getting a score goes, one of the most important ways to get points is by defeating elites. Elites are worth a lot of points, and they're worth even more points if you can defeat said elite without taking any damage. So as I go through the run, I'm going to be looking to fight elites wherever possible, and I'm going to be looking to fight them in a way such that I don't take any damage. I'm also going to be looking to get bonus points from the cards in my deck, and there are a few ways to do that. Which come in the form of either collector bonuses, every 4 copies of the same card, that you have in your deck. This is the controlled chaos, adding random cards to my draw pile, by the way. We're just drawing random stuff now, which is going to be fun to navigate. Every 4 copies of card in your deck itself, not added by controlled chaos or anything like that, give us 25 points. If we gain 5 curses, then that will give us... that'll give us 100 points. And if we end our run with no duplicate non-starter cards in the deck, that will also give us 100 points, which is inherently incompatible with the collector bonus for having 4 more copies of the same card. So typically during if you're looking to get score, you want to pick either collector bonuses or it's called the Highlander bonus for having no duplicates. I want a beam cell. I do want a beam cell. I think I want to remove a strike. Not sure that's actually correct. Probably was meant to buy a potion there, actually. Efficient potion use against the elites is going to be a big part of our stratagem for gaining perfect elite fights. Avoiding taking damage from fights definitely helps if you got block cards. So I'm going to grab some of those. Again, avoiding duplicates wherever possible. Not too worried about my health in fights like these. Any fight that's not an elite fight, it doesn't matter if I take damage. It's only the elite fights that I care about avoiding any and all damage. Okay, Dex Potion's nice. Frost Orbs are nice. Frost Orbs are nice. Okay, first upgrade, probably the Charge Battery. Decent early block card. Alright, we're fighting 1 Lagavulin. And because we have Frozen Eye, we know the exact order of cards we're going to draw. Tells me I got a buffer coming up, which is perfect. Perfect. Don't want to wake up the Lagavulin. Lagavulin will stay asleep for up to 3 turns here. Next turn I play Buffer... Full-headed? Maybe. I think I'm actually using these all-for-ones to get back Turbo and Beam Cell. Might as well, right? Because it'll cost 2 energy and it refunds 2 energy. Turbo goes to the Turbo puts a void in the discard pile, but since I'm with the controlled chaos mod, I'll never actually draw anything from the discard pile. So there's no downside to playing Turbo. His buffer will absorb the first hit we take. We have a boot sequence coming up next turn. Glacier is 7+. To be 7 + 6 is 13. Full block that with a speed pot. Or I can let the buffer take the hit, and next turn use... Okay, that'll work. Bullseye. Glacier. Lightning. This is my draw next turn. Debating whether I play the Echo form. I think I do, right? And then I double Tempest? Is that gonna be enough? No, right? I can double Cold Snap. Vision. I want to be able to kill the Lagavulin next turn. Which of these does that better? Hey, Kizor. So the modifiers I currently have is Chimera, which puts our starting deck as a weird triple character fusion. We've got Bash, Survivor, and Zap. Controlled Chaos. I start with a Frozen Eye, which lets me view the cards in the draw pile in order. Which is where a lot of math is happening right now. And every turn I add 10 random cards to the bottom of the draw pile. Or Night Terrors, resting at rest sites heals us fully, but we lose 5 max when we do so. So Double Tempest would be 24 plus 9? Yeah, that's not 41. So I don't play the Echo Form? Question mark. If I Thunderstrike, he'll go down to 26. 6. Yeah, I can do. Okay. I'm gonna kill that way. 27, excuse me. So I go Cold Snap, Vision, FTL, Doom and Gloom multicast. We got ourselves a Dubu Doll. For each curse in the deck, start combat with 1 strength. Also, there's an Echo Form here. Also, there's an Echo Form here. Give me that. Wait, maybe I'm supposed to play without rare cards. I might have to remove that. There's a 50-point bonus for not having any rare cards. Should have thought about that. I got really excited. Seek. I would like to seek Rainbow. Can't lower my health in complete fight, so I can lower my health here. Okay. Jabbering to myself. Gotta prepare for Hexaghost at some point. Static Discharge, normally a card I really like, but when we're trying to perfect things, doesn't work so well. Cool-Headed's great, but we already have a copy, and we're trying to have no duplicates. I think I'll go for the eyes, though. Bag of Prep's excellent. 2 extra cards on turn 1. Makes me much happier about my cheap stuff here. I guess I could have played a Cool-Headed. There was no reason not to. I'll draw Claw. I want to draw Claw. Claw is my friend. Not worrying too hard about this fight. I'm just going through it kind of quickly. Doesn't matter in the slightest if I take damage there. In fact, I kind of want to take damage at the moment. FTL's great. Just a little free attack card. We're definitely fighting the elite. 100%. We got a merchant anyway. Nice. So max hit points and relics are both pretty valuable. If we can increase our maximum hit points by a certain amount... Genetic's really good. I'll take that. We can increase our maximum hit points by a certain amount by the end of the run. We gain bonus points. So I'm going to buy this strawberry, partially because it increases my relic count, partially because it gives me maximum hit points. And those are both things that'll ultimately get us points. Oh, this is also the fight I want to be losing health in. Okay, so we're going to stick around here. Oh, I got lightning orbs out. Mistakes may have been made. I would like to lose some health. He's not blocking, dumbass. Okay, I should be able to get rid of stuff here. This won't kill them both. Okay. And I'm gonna let the slime hit me a bunch of times. And the reason I'm doing this is because we're fighting Hexaghost as our act boss, and Hexaghost on turn 2 attacks you for an amount based on your current health. And I want to perfect that fight. Should be a daily command with my bot. There we go. Hey, Jumpafist, there you go, yep. The modifiers are listed there for you. So I'm going to try to lose hit points until I'm at, like, below 24 health in this fight. And that might take a while. It's for a good cause. Next elite would be Knobber Sentries, yes. I don't know if I can perfect them, truthfully. It'll be kind of up to the random cards. Whether that happens or not. We'll find out. Okay, 23 is optimal, so we're gonna stop here. Hopefully I don't gain any from the relic. Energy pot? Sure, I'll take that over a dex pot. I might regret that. Loop. It's questionable. Skip all those, I think. Okay, triple sentry is... pretty easy. Ooh, I get to... No, I don't get to Echo Form. Yeah, it's probably worth my energy potion to get Echo Form in play here. Probably. Next, hold on. This is my hand next turn? That's not going to be enough. Oh, it is with the speed potion, though. Okay. To fully block both of this. Yeah, got a speed potion here. And then next turn should be okay. Beautiful. What? That's a hilarious turn. Oh my god. That's a hilarious turn coming up. 2 turns from now. I get to double Meteor Strike. That's amazing. Hilarious. So I think I wait until that turn comes up. Go for a kill next turn. Yeah. It's not going to kill them both, though. It should, actually. Yeah, it should. 10 plus 9. Okay, that is a kill. Good. Oh, it's a super kill. That's right. Okay, so that is just going to kill them both. Perfect. Aggregate to gain energy for every 6 cards in your draw pile. And then, boop. Rip Sentries. Pen Nib. Every 10th attack we play is double damage. I don't want any of these. We already have a genetic algorithm. I don't want another rare card. I do want to spin the wheel. Hello, wheel. Card removal. I'll take it. And then before Hexy G, we're going to upgrade... Probably go for the eyes. For the extra turn a week in here. Okay, beautiful. Turn 1 Echo Form. I think I'm going to Strength Potion this fight. We have a double charge battery. Or double... No, I got a double charge battery because it's going to be 2 times 6. This attack right here is why I lowered my health. If we were on a... higher amount of health... then this attack would do more damage. Debating what I double here. I don't have to double the charge battery. I can use FTL to draw Cool-Headed, and single charge battery will do it. So I could double the beam cell. Might as well. And the next turn, we have Stack. I gotta play this. So next turn we're being attacked... Shit. This is not good. There's nothing I can do about it either. Damn it. We're losing our perfects? Ugh! There's nothing I can do about it. We're not drawing any block. I guess I could have, like, planned for future turns ahead. And maybe not... Yeah, I needed to not play Cool-Headed when I did. Damn it. Wasn't thinking far enough ahead. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. That's unfortunate. This is the 6 times 2, or 5 times 2? Feh. Nothing I can do. Damn it, me. Right, so... Scores kind of went down the drain. It's alright, we'll still do as best we can. Gosh darn Hexaghost. Taking damage on a single boss is 100 less points in your run. It's pretty devastating. It's okay, because I did it twice. That'll do. Alright, well if I rip Beyond Perfect, then I can skip all the rare cards too. Ooh, start your turn, draw 2 extra cards, start each combat confused. Or I can try getting curses with Duvudal. See you later, silly squirrel. Thanks for dropping by. I'm gonna go with the Snecko Eye here. And we're going to try to perfect even more elites. So we want to take the path that hits the most of those, which is 2. 2 elites. Sure. Why the heck not? Yeah, Snecko Frozen Eye is, it's a fun time. I'm probably going to be using the Frozen Eye a lot less moving forward here. Amplify Biased Cog, you say? Sure. Just gain a million focus here. Barrage Plus is okay enough. Hey, this is a relic. Plus it could be the Necronomicon. The first attack played each turn that costs 2 or more is played twice. We got a curse for our Duvu. That was a sweet pickup. That was a really sweet pickup. Anything that Snecko makes randomly cost 2 or more. Oh my. I don't want to duplicate a card because we're trying to do Highlander. So I actually want to refuse. Huh. Fun times. Sunder's great with Snecko. And potions are good when you're trying to kill elites without taking damage. Alrighty. Duplicate the Necronomicon. I did think about it. I truthfully did consider it. Whack. Double strike power. Rawr. Don't have a cold snap yet, do I? I do not. More upgrades this way. Sure. Definitely want to upgrade the Sunder here. Highlander is no duplicate cards yet. And duplicating a card with the Shrine would prevent the Highlander bonus. So that's why I elected not to take there. Oh, you're only doing 0 damage because you're a wimp. Mr. Book of Stabbing on Ascension 0. You are such a wimp. We've Echo Form and Necronomicon, I gotta remember that. So if I play a 2-cost attack first, it'll get played 3 times. Fascinating. I need to get enough to block. It'll work just fine. Could have looked at what I was drawing, but I truthfully don't care that much. Bottled charge battery? Skip. Maybe I should have upgraded Bash if I was going to upgrade the vulnerable card. Hey, Tiny Chest is nice. That gives me gold and more chance of finding relics. I'll take it. Alright, triple slavers. Drawing mediocreness. 25, 30 kajillion damage. Well, that's just too much damage. Might have been able to potion here. I think I still can, actually. 15 times 2? No. This is not enough. So we failed the perfect here. Alright, good talk. I'll probably remove Echo Form sometime in Act 3, Darluck, if I'm going to remove it. This gets played 3 times. It's too many times. Mori will block any future curses we're gonna get, I guess, is fine. I'm realizing as I play this that my muscle memory is not very well attuned to the daily, and so I've made a few misplays based on decisions I would make on a normal run, like trading damage in a particular way, that don't make any sense in the context of trying to optimize our score here. Rip that guy, by the way. Oh my god. Savage. Now, Dubudal will be negated by the Omamori. For better or worse. Hologram is great with Snecko Eye. Most of the time. Oh my, Penib. Jesus, this fight. Should probably be playing that genetic algorithm more, but I don't feel like it's gonna matter. I do not feel like it's gonna matter too much. Let's upgrade it just to be sure. Yep, I think that's correct, Yukale, that the only way to negate the Necronomic Curse is with Omamori. That sounds correct. Double Sunder? 7 times 2, huh? Pull Genetic Algorithm out of the discard. I want to get that boosted. Hyper Beam. Got a reasonable draw next turn, should be enough to survive. This would get played twice, but then I'd have no focus. I think I'll pass there. So next turn, Bronze Automaton does the Hyper Beam, but I think it's going to be dead by the time we get there. Let's get played 3 times. Yep. Oh, we got a buffer. Okay, GG. That's an easy, perfect fight. No damage taken. Skip the rare cards. Get him out of here. Pyramid? No. No, not Pyramid. Not Runic Pyramid. I will take a Nuclear Battery. If I didn't have a Snecko Eye, I might more strongly consider the Runic Pyramid. Nuclear Battery. Starts us with 1 Plasma. It's going to make the Snecko draws a little bit more reliable. Why upgrade the Hologram? Great question, actually. You know, I didn't think about it that hard. And now that you mention it, I realize that it does not do very much for me, does it? In a deck that never reshuffles, upgrading the hologram does not help so much. Touché. Good fight. Focus Potion could be good. Enforced Body is good. Hell yeah, we want to take fights. Fights give relics. Relics are potentially points. Money is points. Got him. This doesn't count as an elite fight, so I wasn't worried about perfecting or anything. All that nonsense. Ooh, Gambler's Brew is disgustingly strong. With what we got going on right now. More relics. Alright, shop. Could take the sundial. Every time we reshuffle the deck. Apotheosis seems incredibly strong. I'm gonna, although it's a rare card, I'm gonna remove the Echo Form. We're going for 0 rare cards, which will give us 50 additional points. And that means I guess we're not buying anything here. Well, I might as well take a Bronze Scales, actually. It's like no reason not to. No reason not to. I mean, I guess you could say the hologram blocks for 2 more, or whatever that's worth. If there is value in that. One might successfully argue that there is not. Alright, Nemesis. 18 double bash seems great. Let's keep him weak. Rude. How am I supposed to block that? I guess if I'd leveled Genetic Algorithm up more, I might have a chance. As it stands, not so much. Could try. No, I've got Reinforced Body, actually. So we do Gambler's Brew here. Just gamble everything. Uh, 21. Yeah, okay. Go for it. There we go. I could if I got a second one note. I'm never gonna get another unupgraded. Or another upgraded hologram. So it's hard to make that happen. Really? I guess I should have force fielded twice. This is fine. Math. Next turn, I'm drawing absolutely trash. Still absolute trash. Why are these cards so bad? Recursion multicast? I guess I could just double this up, and then I have enough focus. Yeah, that'll work. Behold! Focus. Okay, finally a good card. The 45-minute bonus is 50 points, and the 60-minute bonus is 25 points. So it's often worth it to slow down a little bit. Like if you're going too fast causes you to miss one perfect elite, then you've lost everything that you gained. If that makes sense. There we go. Kunai's nice. Darklings are not nice. Wait, no, they're gonna be nice. Wait, -6, so these will still evoke for a little bit, right? Just a teeny tiny amount? Yeah. Good enough. Good. Draw Sunder next turn with Pen-Nib. It's 3 cost. Does 99 damage plus more. Rip. That's a good card. That's an acceptable relic. I'll take a look at these. Discovery's fine. Then we upgrade. Reinforced body. Finally. Giant Head would be a lot easier if I had, Echo for him still. As it stands, we don't scale all that well. Which is a slight problem here. That Sunder was 0 cost? Oh my. Oh. Convenience. Got him. There's the second hologram. We don't have a force field yet, do we? No, we don't. Potion's really good for not taking any damage, too. Okay. 2 more upgrades. Upgrade Skim. Doing on time. 30 minutes. Okay, so I'm actually still under the 45-minute mark currently. It's not what I expected to be under. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. So I'm going to try to go through this last couple fights as quickly as I can. In the interest of doing the stuff. These holograms. 30. Force field will do that. Not using the frozen eye at all because it's complicated and hard. I don't want to deal with it. It's too much work. Sure. That's a fine upgrade or whatever. To the Awakened One! Alright, I have 5 minutes to beat this boss perfectly. Shouldn't be too bad, right? Shouldn't be too bad. Defend. Force Field Charge Battery will be enough so I can Doom and Gloom. Definitely want to Doom and Gloom. I would like to Doom and Gloom twice. Only be 45 to all? So Pen-Nib almost ready here. By Doom and Gloom hologram, Doom and Gloom, I get 1 energy back. Can weak potion for that? Alright. That's worth it. Perfect. And I got a dex. Glorious. Drawing like fine or whatever. Looks like we're gonna have to rely on orbs eventually. Although I can't actually play the defrag anymore, so probably doesn't much matter. Okay. I'm sure I could have seen this coming if I was paying enough attention. So I think we're losing the perfect here. Yeah, I think we are. Although I have this. Oh, that was only 3? Damn it. Something that was going to be infinite energy somehow. So I just let him hit me, basically. Seems to be the answer here. Just take our damage. And my goal is just to kill him quickly. That should be easy. As long as I don't miss both of them, that would be really shameful. To miss both bonuses. So I gotta hurry this up. Minute and a half. Let's go. That was a really weird turn. It was a really good turn, too. Okay, that was under 45 minutes. I'll take it. I will take it. GG. GG. So we did that with no duplicates in the deck, no rares in the deck. We perfected one of the 3 bosses. We perfected quite a few elites. We did it in under an hour. Let's see how the score stacks up. Charger Cordoy's maximum deal, 1160 damage. Not first page, but not too bad. Yeah, I started playing very quickly to get that time bonus. So, to summarize here's the score bonuses we got on this run. We get 50 points for beating the run in under 45 minutes, which came in just under. 100 points for no duplicates in the deck, excluding starter cards, so ignoring Defend, for example, and Strike. There was no duplicates here. Popper, have 0 rare cards, is 50 points. Every elite we defeat without taking damage is 25, so 6 elites we defeated without taking damage is 150. 1 boss without taking damage is 50 points. You get 100 for 2 bosses and 200 for all 3. And then at some point we slammed somebody with a Sunder that did at least 99 damage, which gives you Overkill. There's also Combo, which gives you 25 points if you played 20 or more cards in a single turn at any point in the run. Is similar to Overkill in a lot of ways, and there are probably ways we could have set up that. Like if we'd gotten 2 upgraded holograms and made it infinite, that would have been 25 points at some point. All in all, not too bad. If we look at the leaderboards, we'll find that that's high, not top. By any means. Anybody in this rank had to have defeated all 3 bosses without taking damage, but we did not too bad at 39th rank at the very end of the daily. That's well above average, certainly. So I'll take it. Top 50? Not too bad, not too bad. Alright, before I jump into my next run, I'm going to go back onto A20 for the rest. We last played on Silent, that's right, we just had a win with Silent that was a little bit easy. Just the perfect Silent deck. Malaise, Catalysts, Footworks, well-laid plans, you name it, this deck had it. Beautiful, beautiful deck. Ooh, see you later, Pearly. What tabletop RPG do you play? Got a close friend of mine who's really into tabletop stuff. To be clear, Carissa, the playtime is not even close to accurate on these, since the save files were created by duplicating each other. For example, that's why the A20 and A15 have very, very similar playtimes, is because they are literally copies of each other. That said, my total, and the weird thing is that my total Slay the Spire hours is greater than all 3 of these combined. Steam says my Slay the Spire hour count is 1,532 currently. Quite a few hours. That is quite a few hours. Alright, so Defect is next up in rotation. We're going to look at our starting bonus. Like rare relics. And our map layout. Consider it carefully, and then I'm going to take a really quick break. Going to refill my water, stretch my legs, blink my eyeballs, and use the washroom. I encourage you all to do the same. Steam does count idle time. I assume... Oh, I wonder if it counts... I wonder if Slay the Spire counts time on the menu as actual time or not. Masks a new generation. Oh, cool. I've always liked the more narrative approach to tabletop stuff, since that's really the core of like getting together with other people. The rule sets are like the dice rolling itself it's just a accessory to the storytelling. At least that's the way I like to look at it. I've done some D&D and a little bit of Pathfinder, which is basically the same thing. And I've got a friend who's played a lot of different types of RPG. It's a superhero-based one he was talking about recently that I can't remember the name of. Anyway. I'm gonna take my break. I'll be right back. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks to everybody who's followed today, by the way. If you're new to the channel, following's a great way to be notified when the stream is live. You can also join our Discord, or talk about games, Slay the Spire, Game of Thrones, whatever you want to talk about, as well as notifications posted when the stream is live. I will be right back. Alrighty, we are back. Thank you for your patience, everybody. There's a tongue-in-cheek term for a particular style of tabletop RPG play, Carissa, which is role-playing, as in rolling a dice playing, instead of roll, R-O-L-E playing, it's R-O-L-L playing, coined for groups that are more interested in the combat, in rolling dice and looking up results, kind of play. Which, truthfully, is kind of where I fall. I'm a very numbers-oriented kind of guy, and I love being put into interesting tactical situations. But I found that strategy games on the PC are a better outlet for that particular feeling than tabletop RPGs are. Yeah, all they talk about is builds. MMOs satisfy that feeling pretty well, too. I love theory crafting characters and creating builds and stuff, but I don't think tabletop games are a good system for it, because combat is cumbersome, usually, when you're doing it with pen and paper. I think if I'm going to bother to get people seated down IRL, it's more fun to do some actual playing of roles. E-game paladin build? Oh my god. Power of a paladin, the spells of a wizard, and the buffs wizard. The buffs of a bard. And that's a 3.5 wizard we're talking about, so you know it's overpowered. Quick question for the audience, by the way. Is there anybody here who's unfamiliar with the defect? Who doesn't really know what this character's deal is? Because I'm wondering if I should do a brief overview of, like, the orb system. If we've got new people hanging out tonight. Uzatar, perfect. So I'll talk about the orbs in our first combat then, after I decide on my starting bonus / path. So usually, as usual, I'm looking to optimize the total number of fires and elites, rest sites, and elite sites, since these are the highest value nodes you can find on the map generally. If I can take this elite, I have really good odds. I can decide here. Okay, I'm gonna go to the here and decide. Losing all my gold for a rare relic is a nice, powerful... These other are trash, so I'm either... Okay. As a general rule, uncommon card starts are pretty bad. I wish they were better than they were, because I think they're fun, but they're kind of crap. That said, on lower Ascensions, these could be really fun to take. Potions are good. Potions would let me crack through some early fights, or an early elite, and that might indeed be the correct pick for this elite. But I'm much fonder of having either a random boss or rare relic to start. It gives you something powerful to work with.
One of our most valued supporters says continued support of the XCOM
Asma Plasma, thank you so much for those 6 months of council support. Made it to that shiny red ironclad badge. Congratulations. And thank you for being a part of the stream for so long. It's a pleasure to have folks like you hanging around and supporting the stream and being an active members of chat. So, rare or boss is kind of up to preference in a lot of ways. I'm going to take the rare relic, because I think I take rare relic starts less often than I take boss relic starts. And I immediately regret my choice. The Unceasing Top. Whenever you have no cards in hand during your turn, draw a card. This is a really fun relic to play around with on lower Ascensions, but for the difficulty and content I'm planning on tackling, it's not going to cut it. There's not a lot of ways to make this work, but maybe we'll find cards that support it. For the most part, I feel like I threw away 99 gold. Alrighty, so the Defect. Defect's an interesting little character here. who, unlike the Silent and Ironclad, doesn't have as many ways of directly blocking or attacking. Defect is a sort of wizard robot who uses powerful elemental orbs as the focus of a lot of his cards. Defect starts with 3 slots for orbs, and by default starts with a cracked core relic, giving him 1 lightning orb at the start of each combat to fill that first orb slot. Orbs occupy one of your orb slots, and they have both a passive effect and an evoked effect, depending on the type of orb. There are 4 orb types. Lightning orbs deal damage, frost orbs give you block, plasma orbs give you energy, and dark orbs do damage, but in a different way than lightning orbs, is the briefest summary of those. Lightning deals damage to a random enemy at the end of the turn, or if we evoke it, it deals more damage to a random enemy 1 time. When an orb is evoked, it stops existing, for the most part. And then we have cards that let us trigger those effects, like Dualcast says, evoke your next orb twice. So that'll trigger the evoke effect of the orb in the front slot 2 times, and then get rid of the orb. In this case, it means I will do 8 damage to a random enemy 2 times, and then we lose the lightning orb, which is what I want to do here. We hit them both once. Alright. Now I've got the ability to take out this little guy. We're taking 12 on turn 1, so this might be a short defect run. Generally speaking, orbs are something the defect wants to get a lot of. And so cards that channel orbs are really, really valuable, especially in the early game. I think the game believes in the Unceasing Top. These are some card picks. So we're offered 2 zero-cost cards and 1 card that generates energy. Yeah, it must be Destiny, right? Do we go for the Claw? Let's go for the Claw. It's a zero-cost card, which, with the Unceasing Top, might result in us drawing a card sometimes. Maybe. And could, if we're really lucky, result in some really hilarious stuff happening down the road. Though I don't see it happening anytime soon. Claw is a card that doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but if you can play it a whole bunch of times, it does a ton of damage. Yeah, good show for the new folks, depending on if we get out of Act 1 with the Claw. Which I can't promise we'll do. Now, Rebound Unceasing Top is actually pretty enjoyable a lot of the time, because it lets me control the card I'm about to draw. It's good with Claw. It says deal 9 damage, put the next card you play this turn on top of the draw pile. Which I think is a yes. Am I still thinking I can take this elite? I'll probably die. So I go this way? Yeah, that's gonna be the safer route. I think elites will get me killed very swiftly. Like, how do we beat Lagavulin? We don't. Okay, we do not. We do not win those fights. Give me that golden idol. Yeah, you shouldn't want to build your deck around top. It's generally not that good. I like Chill as a way to get a lot of early Frost Orbs out. Also works with the top. Hologram works with Claw. I think we're really hurting for orbs at the moment. We have no orb generation, so we want cards that channel orbs at the moment. Yes, please. Oh, especially for this fight. Chill's great. So let's put that Claw back on top. I should dual cast. That's fine. I think 6, because I couldn't avoid it. Rude. Okay, so this is a Frost Orb. Frost Orbs give you 2 block at the end of turn. Or if you If you evoke them, they're 5 block. Which turns Dual Cast into a 5 block card, or sorry, a 10 block card, for example. Here's another Frost Orb. Give me that. I would like more Frost Orbs. Much better shape to handle an elite. I could maybe with the Strength Potion defeat this elite. This is one less valuable node. It will let me do things like upgrade the Zap, upgrade the Dual Cast. I'm gonna go the upgrade route. Defect has a couple cards that upgrade to 0 cost early on, and I want to upgrade those right now. This event, Shining Light, gives you the option to trade some of your health for 2 random upgrades, which I think is usually worth taking. You can think of this health loss as just requiring you to rest at the next campfire, where you would normally be able to upgrade 1 card. Yeah, we get 19 health back by resting. So if we had skipped that event, we would have gotten 1 targeted upgrade on a card of our choice. And I think the 2 random upgrades are more valuable than the upgrade of our decision. Ooh. Symbiotic Virus. Start of each combat, channel 1 Dark. So we now start with a Dark Orb in the front slot. And that means I have to talk about Dark Orbs. Great. Fun times. Claw number 2? It's fair.